Welcome to Tipping the Scale. We are your host. I am Nix, and he is Will.
You gotta give me a better delivery than that.
How about you deliver for
How
yourself?
about we switch?
Okay, I'm ready.
No, not switch, but like we rotate introduction.
Okay, go.
No, this is your week. Next week is mine.
Okay. This should be fun.
It will be.
How are you?
I'm great. How you?
Life is good. It is what it should be.
See.
You see.
You dressed in your Laker purple?
Yes. I am ready for LeBron to return. I am ready for AD to return. And I'm ready to kick some ass. You hear me?
They've been pretty good without both of them.
Yes, they have.
They kicked OU hoodie.
Why? Because they beat the Knicks.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm. That was a very good game.
We beat them first. Technically, you owe me a hoodie too.
So we're even?
Yeah, we're even.
Okay.
Because we kicked y'all ass first.
Okay, Skip Bayless.
All right, I'm just saying. But yeah, they did. That was impressive.
Did you hear about LaMarcus Aldridge retiring?
Retiring, man. Salute to LaMarcus. He had a irregular heartbeat or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, he said after that last game that he played, it did something to him.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, sure it did. It makes me feel better.
Shut up.
For my Lakers.
I know. Because you know you're gonna have to see them. Come June or July, whenever that final is, you're gonna have to see them boys, man. It's gonna be trouble.
Now it won't be as hard.
1 or 2 games in the spread of 2 months is one thing, but a 7-game series and you got to see these niggas every week. That's something else. But let's move along. My Bulls.
I watched them last night. They're trash.
Zach ain't play though.
Okay.
Zach ain't play.
Zach isn't that good.
Zach, this is my problem with Zach. I watched the game with Zach. They played Atlanta. He had like 50. He had like 48 or something. He was down by 6, 4 minutes to go. Something happened on defense. He got mad. And he didn't go get the ball. Patrick Williams, our rookie, had to bring the ball up. He got a turnover. Trae Young went and got a layup. They down by 8. Bulls called the timeout. I just turned the shit off. Like when I seen him do that, that's when I knew. I'm like, nah. Derrick Rose would have never did that.
So he had
LeBron would have even never. Yeah, something. He had a light skin moment. Mm-hmm. That's what I called it.
He's a very handsome man.
That's what I called it. I called it a light skin moment. I respect his game. It's just some like I don't know. I think the problem with the Bulls is the coaching staff. I think that Mo Cheeks, after I heard the interview, I think it was, what's that boy name? Scott Barnes. I think it is Scott Barnes, and I think Chris Webber said something bad about the Bulls' assistant coach. They just said, fuck them. So if I'm saying, if these veterans, with, you know what I'm saying, with that type of reputation said, fuck Mo Cheeks, that means.
I like Mo Cheeks, though.
But they said that he has. So.
I believe it.
You know what I'm
saying?
He
had a stint with Al Iverson, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, they just basically said, fuck Mo Cheeks. I'm thinking about the Bulls record. I'm saying something must be going on within that coaching staff with them young players. So.
I don't think it's the coaching staff. I think it's the administration, period.
No, we got a new administration. They said Zach ain't even signing back after 2022.
Who would?
I don't know. But they need to get him some veterans. All that young shit, they need to go out the door. They need to bring him some veterans so they can win. These young niggas don't know how to win.
Nobody wants to play for Chicago.
Yeah, they do.
Well, okay. We'll see.
What have you heard about NFTs? We're gonna move on real quick. Sports to NFTs.
And that means what exactly?
NFT. Will, you ever heard of NFTs? NFTs, let's look up NFTs. Because I'm talking about some shit I don't even know about. But basically it's a non-fungible piece of art, digital art, that is selling like something like Bitcoin and stock. So if you're, let's say,
is that Nas shit?
No, not Nas. That's Coinbase. I'm gonna look it up on my computer. But long story short, let's say your son designed a digital picture on the internet. He uploaded it to this platform with Euphorium, and he makes 16 templates of it. And some guy in China likes it so much he buys it for $5,000. That's what this is. You know, people. I think somebody sold. Somebody. It's called NFT. Lupe Fiasco actually did something with it where he was selling 3-minute. It's like it's a picture. It's a digital picture, but you can hear one of his songs. And if he was selling for like $715.
Wow.
$1,000. Yeah, but it's only a certain amount of them. And then when you buy it, you get access to other things. And so I posted something on Facebook. I'm thinking that this is going to be the new wave of the future for businesses, music, stuff like this period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
because what it's looking like is you're gonna be like, let's say you got a small business and you just make some digital picture. You have an art designer create a digital picture. You sell that digital picture for a certain amount of money, and then you share for a certain amount of money. And when you sell these templates, you able to add, like you could say, all right, I got this template. You buy it for $5, but you get a 50% discount for this particular service.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then even if they buy that, you have it, and somebody from another country could like it and buy it for a higher price. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what it's looking like. It's looking like people are gonna finally be able to be paid for their art without going through the middleman.
I need to look into that.
Yeah, it's deep. And I told my son the same thing. I said, you need to start drawing and start, you know what I'm saying, doing this code and shit
every day. Every day. So I'm gonna look into that. I like. That's
crazy. I think somebody sold a digital art picture of a cat or some shit. They made about 50,000. Oh, so crazy.
Yes.
Because you just the web is so big, you just never know who's watching, who's looking at what.
The web is huge.
Yeah, but NFTs, man, small business owners look into that because that's gonna be the new wave.
Your hat is cute. I like it. Is that a Yeah, I know what it means. Planes. I just never seen all red ones. Yeah. I seen the black and white ones.
Yeah, salute to Rock Island, man. That's why I got this one. Before we go any further, we need to pay our proper respects to DMX because we did it, but we didn't do it right. So over the past, how long ago has it been? Like a week?
A week.
It's been a week, but RIP to DMX, man, hip hop legend, died of heart failure supposedly. But they're saying they said that it had something to do with drugs, but the family came out and said it didn't. They said he recently had took the COVID-19 vaccine, but they're not blaming it on a COVID-19 vaccine, but they're saying that it had nothing to do with drugs.
I actually love DMX, drugs and all.
Drugs and all.
I felt like I connected more to him when he was high. Like I feel like that man, every time he opened up his mouth, he had something to say. He was like a walking fucking prophet or something. Mm-hmm. Like he was so. It was like he was anointed. He was like he used to say some real shit. So growing up, living a life, I'm not gonna say living a life that we lived, but coming from the areas that I came from, having someone older speak to things of his magnitude, it just meant more for me. I felt like I kind of grew up with him. I felt like he was my friend. When he died, I felt like I lost somebody that I knew, even though I didn't know that man.
Yeah.
So it was like...
It's most definitely tough. I'm Slipping, I'm Falling, probably my favorite song from him. Like commercially is probably what these women want from a nigga. And then Stop Drop, because I was shorty when that came out. That shit was so hard.
Oh, so you know what I was thinking about the other day? Do you remember his video for Slipping?
Yeah.
And I don't even think I was into art like that at the time, or into graphic design or anything like that. We took that shit for granted. Yes. Like so for him to be standing in that room with the arms reaching out and him and shit, I guess they represent demons or something negative like that. I was just like, yo, like looking at that now with the mindset that I have, experiencing the shit that I've experienced in my life, yo, that shit like.
Yeah, listening to DMX when I was a shorty, like I was telling my uncle. Like, I remember we was on our way to Florida. I was listening to the Dynasty. He was listening to Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. He wanted to hear the Dynasty. I didn't really want to hear DMX. I'm like, I don't want to hear this nigga. Like, but he pretty much strong arm. He took my Dynasty CD and gave me Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. But I listened to it. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Shit was cold as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And so, RIP DMX, and salute to him and his family, man. It's just sad. But Slipping, I'm Falling, that just made me, that song for me, was like, it just showed me that my life wasn't that hard. To hear him spit, to give his life like that, and I said this before, but him and Joe Budden are the only 2 dudes I know who could get in tune with their feelings and put it on paper and actually make it sound good.
And it's so crazy because that man could come, he can come up with his feelings like that.
Yeah.
On the spot.
Yeah, like I make music, but I could do that, but I'm like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
That is like genius to me. When I was watching one of his last Breakfast Club interviews, and he was crying and he was talking about the space that he was in when he wrote a song, and he just started preaching as he was talking. Like that shit was like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Most definitely. RP to DMX, man.
For sure.
We just had to pay our proper respect, man.
For sure.
I watched me and my man's Creek. We watched Belly. I remember when that first came out. We had the bootleg. We watched that over and over. Yeah, I seen your post. You ain't have to say that. Don't put yourself out there like that. Bro. Don't put yourself out there like that. Keep that to yourself.
I meant to watch it too.
Don't watch it. You missed out on the hood class.
I don't.
But you know what's fucked up? Because I was around you around these times, and you carried yourself as if you saw these things.
You assume because I didn't see them on TV that I didn't see them?
I don't know. Like, you saying that you never saw Belly.
I haven't.
And a lot of other shits.
I haven't. I wasn't. Okay, I'm not gonna say I wasn't exposed to those type of movies.
No, you explained this before.
Yeah, so it just was not. It's not my thing.
I'll be on my son like that sometimes. Like, I don't want to watch that gang stuff.
Listen, okay, I'm with him. I feel like it's enough of the real shit in the world that I don't want to watch it in fiction. It's like Cradle to the Grave. That was a DMX movie. I would watch that. Never Die Alone. I watched that. I actually love that movie. But the whole Belly thing. I don't want to do that.
That's a good movie.
That's what they say.
I always thought I was gonna sell crack after watching that movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I could have sold crack here, but I didn't do it. So I had my daughter.
I don't have anything to say.
I chose not to sell. I could have sold crack. I did not do it though. I was responsible. But if I ain't had my daughter, I would have sold some crack. That's actually an oxymoron, ain't it? Because you would think that a young nigga after he have a daughter would sell crack. But after I had my daughter, it was like opened up my mind subconsciously, and I didn't sell crack. But I had opportunity to sell crack.
But in that video, you was delivering it, though.
Oh.
What you talking about? In the video we played earlier? That's what I'm saying. So you know, like, I've been around that shit. You know, I just made some decisions.
For the feds and the police to know that I was not privy to any of this information prior to this setting, and I was not in that video where he delivered anything.
Will said it. No,
I absolutely have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
Rap delivery.
I'm just letting the feds and the police know. I have no idea what the fuck y'all talking about. I was not with him in that video. I was nowhere near him.
All right, let's leave
this
crack.
Is the first time I heard any of this stupid shit before.
Let's move on to Carly Rae. Let's move on to the beautiful light-skinned, red-bone Carly Rae. Have you heard the backlash this young lady has been getting about her body?
If I could be honest with you,
you don't know who Carly Rae is.
Who the fuck is that?
The girl who was at Dalton Bowl singing on a chair.
Oh, Benzino daughter.
Yeah.
Coy Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
Coy Leroy.
Coy Leroy.
So whatever her name is, she's a kid. Anyway, what about her?
They talking about her body, saying she's skinny. She needs to put some clothes on.
She looks like a little boy.
How old is she?
Ask the internet.
They body shaming.
Let me see.
Man, let that girl live, man.
I know she's a kid. Hold on.
She's not a kid.
She is a kid.
She's a grown woman.
She is 23 years old. She's a kid to us. And
That's a grown woman.
To you because you probably fuck her and I'm not interested. But she is shaped like a little boy. But I don't think she should be body shamed for that.
Have you seen her twerk videos lately?
I do not watch kids twerk.
She's not a child. She's a grown woman, and that little motherfucker be moving. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I don't look at that.
Will, I'm sure that's why Will laughed because he saw it.
That's cool, but I don't look at kids twerking.
She's not a child.
She's 23.
She's grown.
Okay. She's a kid to me.
I hate when women do that.
I wouldn't do that.
Y'all always do us like if a nigga 33 and he talked to a 23-year-old, y'all got some slick shit to say about it. But if a celebrity do it, it's cool.
I ain't never said that shit. As a matter of fact,
don't nobody speak on it though.
Don't nobody speak on it. I agree.
You know the Future
but I do.
The Future is dating Lil Baby's baby mama's sister.
Future
and that
is
young
disgusting.
lady is very, bro. That was disturbing.
He's
when I saw that he was
fuck.
dating her, that little girl. I'm like, how you dating Jada Waiter's sister, bro?
So I'm about to flip it on you real quick. How you get that energy for him doing that, but you don't have no energy about him having 12 motherfucking kids and not being part of their life?
Man.
Oh, that's his business.
Part of their life.
No, nigga. Just because you get somebody $20 don't mean you part of their life.
$20,000.
I don't give. That don't mean that either.
Hey man, they knew what they was doing. Women need to take responsibility for what they doing. Future's a rock
What
star.
about the kids he had before he got famous?
I'm not here. I can't.
All I'm saying is, if you're gonna judge him on one part, judge him on the other.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know.
He's fucking disgusting though. I don't care
know.
for him.
I deal with young women, but not on that level. I know that
he makes nice turn up music.
Of course, that's Future.
But yeah, I don't watch young people twerk. I try not to follow women who are too much younger than me because I don't like the very evocative and suggestive pictures that they post. It's called thirst trapping. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't really like that.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah. So
that's a whole topic that we can
thirst trapping.
Yeah, that's
I ain't gonna lie though. You know who?
Because we're gonna go down the whole rabbit
hole. You know who thirst trap
I
be falling for though? Lala Vasquez. Jesus.
I gotta look her up. I'm gonna tell you this.
Carmelo Anthony wife?
Oh yeah, her body fake.
I don't give a fuck. But all of them fake.
I'm gonna tell you this. What I'm liking, we gotta move on because we ain't got that much time. What I'm starting to like, every woman,
all this shit fake.
Every woman, like I ain't gonna say every woman, but a lot of women starting to be naked. Like that naked thing on the internet is starting to be a thing. So now when I see women with their clothes on, like that's like, you know what I'm saying?
I turn on,
bro. Like I seen this one young lady, she was laying in the bed with some leggings on with her foot up.
It turns you on? Bro. You was horny. That's all.
No, that
was baby. You was horny.
Shit.
You was horny.
No, because I mean, it's like you can find whatever you want on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was just, I don't know, just to see some, just wholesomeness. I think I'm getting older. That's all that is.
Older? Well, first of all, nigga, you are in fact getting older. Yeah. Do you mean you're getting more mature?
Mature.
There you go. Okay.
There you go.
I see.
My mentality is changing.
That's called evolving.
Yeah, that's what a lot of women need to do. Black women especially.
Y'all too. That's why I'm fucking these 23-year-old kids.
Let's go. Let's keep going because we got to talk about it.
Talking about y'all fucking 23-year-old kids?
I don't fuck 23-year-old kids.
But you would.
Moving on. The George Floyd trial.
What
have you? They blaming his death on everything but the action of,
the cop.
Yeah.
Did you expect them to do anything else? What did you expect from this?
Justice.
Why?
Because we under a new administration. New
Black
time in America.
We should not be seeking justice from a system that was not built to give us.
Boy, have I said this before.
But so why are you saying? Are you saying this for podcast thing? Oh, semantic. Well, say that because I was confused. Like, nigga,
I just want you to say you did exactly what I needed you to do.
Oh, okay.
I mean, again, we're gonna move. There's nothing we can pretty much say for that. I just know that once this trial is over, and if it's not ruled properly, it's gonna be hell to pay all summer.
No, it's not.
Yes, they gonna loot out there.
They gonna loot
because they going through something right now with a boy, a 20-year-old Dante Wright. He got accidentally shot in a traffic stop. He had a warrant. He did give them a hard time. She quote unquote allegedly mistaken her gun for her taser and shot the man and killed him.
Which is so weird because they're not even on the same side.
I know.
So I'm gonna tell a little bit of my business real quick. So I have experienced a lot of scared white people become cops. I'm just leave it at that. And my thing is, if you cannot handle them if you can't handle black people or be around black people in a certain atmosphere, how could you take on that role as a cop? There has to be a class there to help them see black people as regular people.
There has to be penalties there for them to see us as black people. Charlamagne said it on the Breakfast Club this week. If you tell them your pension and your paycheck will be taken, he said pension and prison. Mm-hmm. Your pension is gone and you going your ass to jail off the strength if you don't handle yourself accordingly out here. That's not written nowhere. They all play stupid. You know what I'm saying? And until that happens, we're going to continue to have these issues. And you're right. I think a lot of cops are cowards. This is not all cops. I know some very good cops with dignity who give people breaks, who all about the community. Salute to y'all. But there's a lot of cops who are cowards. And then they became cops to infiltrate their cowardness. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a scope. And this is the time where we need to prepare our children how to deal with the police. Mm-hmm. Because my son's getting older, my daughter's getting older, they're getting ready to drive. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to teach him, I call this motherfucker all types of dumb, stupid motherfuckers while he walk into the car, but when he get to the window, Hey, how you doing today, officer? You need my ID? I'm about to reach into my glove compartment to get my license and registration. Is that okay? That's how I talk to them. I'm reaching up here to grab my license, sir. Is that okay? My hand is here, and I'm reaching here. That's how I talk to them now.
How did you talk to them before?
I didn't do all that, but I gave them the proper. I know. Look, when I'm dealing with the police, I get nervous. You know what I'm saying? My heart beating about 1,000 beats a minute. I want to get the fuck home. If I say what I really want to say, I'm not gonna make it to the crib. You know what I'm saying? So, luckily for me, I know how to switch hats.
Yeah.
I'm upset that I got pulled over for some bullshit, but by the time they get to my window, I know how to talk to them to where they're not finna search me. When I was younger, I wasn't so polite, and they used to, sir, could you step out the car? And they call back up, they searching my shit, they towing my shit. I learned from that, so now when they get I know how to talk to them. I get all the stupid bitch motherfuckers out, I calm myself down, and I talk to them with the proper respect, because that's all they want. They're cowards. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying?
It does something to their ego.
Yeah, it does. When a coward hears a 6'3" black man call him sir, it does something for him. So yeah.
I back in the day, when I was younger, I used to be a little arrogant with them.
Oh, man. I got my car towed so many times.
I've never had anything bad happen to me. I've never got a car towed or anything like that. But as of the last 7 to 8 years, I always, whenever I get pulled over, I roll down all my windows. And I already have my license, registration, and car insurance in my hand, and my hands on the steering wheel. And I cut on all my lights in my car. So you don't need to have your flashlight doing all this. All my lights are already on.
Next, I got pulled over on the E-way. Not to interrupt you, I got put on the E-way. And this man told me I was pissed. So I'm like, I ain't never got pulled over on the E-way before. What the fuck you pulling me over for? I didn't like the way you was driving. I'm like, do you hate? I still ain't went to court for that shit. Really? I'm not going to fuck them.
He wanted you to go to court for that?
Yes.
That's deep.
That's some bullshit.
I had somebody pull me over because he liked the way I was driving. He was like, you have an SRT and you're driving the speed limit. I really appreciate it. That's all I wanted. And got his ass back in the car.
And in a lot of states, it's illegal to be pulled. If they cannot prove that you are like a bus driver, or Uber driver, if you're transporting money or any goods for a company, you don't have to have a driver's license or a fucking license plate. Like in some states.
In some states.
Yeah, in some states. I'm not saying in Illinois, but in some states, technically, you don't have to have that shit. So I know, you know what I'm saying? We just got to know our laws, and we got to prepare our kids for the future because this shit ain't changing.
We do have to know our laws.
130, no, we talked about Minnesota. We talked about George Floyd. You heard about the boy getting shot in Chicago 3 weeks ago? And did you hear the details, the new details?
Tell me what you
know. He had a gun?
Yes, I knew that. Okay.
So we don't got to talk about that no more.
How do you feel about that?
How old was that boy, 13? My son is about to be, there's no way my son is running the streets that late.
Thank you. That's all.
There's nowhere. And that's all.
I just don't understand.
You leave my house that late, you don't come back. It's just that simple. And if you're stupid enough to have me in your life and you following some knucklehead, you shooting up, like, you just, I don't want to say that. But things happen when you live a lifestyle that you're not supposed to be living.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate, but, you know, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
130 mass shootings since Biden has been in office. How you feel about that?
We got the wolf in sheep clothing now.
You think so?
I know. I've been saying this for before he even got in office. We had the wolf.
Where the fuck was these mass shootings at since January? I ain't heard about none.
You gotta look them up, but they will list them for you. I just believe when we had Trump in office, and I'm not supporting Trump, we knew. Here we go. This is what. Just Dix. Imagine walking out this door, and you got a wolf standing right there at the door, growling at you. What you gonna do?
Throw my drink at him.
But you carry firearms sometimes, so you will shoot that wolf.
So,
would you shoot the growling wolf?
Why you just tell my business?
Everybody got guns.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck are you talking about? Wouldn't you shoot the wolf growling at you as soon as you open up the door?
No.
Will, is you shooting the wolf if you open up the door and the wolf growling at you? Thank you. Now, what we have here...
That's your problem.
Imagine,
y'all need to go to a de-escalation class.
Now you bullshit, Nix. I ain't even fuck with you. Now imagine going outside this door and you see a pretty little sheep just right there. Bad. you're going to want to pet it. But
No,
he
I'm
a
not.
wolf dressed in sheep clothing, and he going to bite the fuck out you.
Why
and that's
would you
what
want
we're
to
going
pet
through.
a sheep?
Because there's a pretty little white sheep sitting right there looking innocent.
Actually,
Or you're going to walk out thinking that it's just a sheep, just a nice little sheep. You're going to get bit.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna mind my motherfucking business and keep it moving, whichever one of the motherfuckers is outside, because I got shit to do.
You going to shoot the sheep?
I'm gonna shoot whichever one of the motherfuckers come after me.
Yeah,
But if ain't nobody coming after me, I'm gonna keep it moving.
Long story short, when Trump was in office, we knew who was who. At this moment in time now, we don't know who anybody is because everybody done went and hid behind their coffee mugs and their Dockers and their Crocs. Before, we knew the Trump
Not
supporters.
Dockers and Crocs, G.
We knew who everybody were. Now, everybody went back and hiding.
I hear you.
And that was my whole thing. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't gonna change. What do we do as black people for a solution in the future?
Stop looking for answers from people other than us.
Exactly.
That's the only thing we can do. And it's so weird because it's like I follow this guy named Gary Chambers Jr. He's the activist for New Orleans, right? And he was running for office, and that man did not win. But even though he didn't win, he is still out there in them streets talking to people, trying to create change. How didn't that man win? He out there on the streets with y'all, protesting, trying to find ways to better y'all situation, and y'all pick somebody else. I don't know. It's just kind of like we don't even support our own, especially in the times we need to, and I feel like that's where we're lacking. And I used to think like, where are our Martin Luther Kings and where are Malcolm X's? The thing is, we have so many now. We have a few. We have a lot, but we don't really give a fuck. Motherfuckers feel like we got a little bit of money. They let us in the door a little bit. They raise the glass ceiling a little bit, let us in there, so that's good enough for us, right? We don't want to bust through that bitch. Like, all right, you gave us this. We want all that shit. Give us all that. We ain't doing that.
We want to be in. Like, that was my issue with Jay-Z when he sold Ace of Spades and he sold Tidal. That was ours. And you sold out and sold what was supposed to be for us to them. And now you just gave them more control for the bag.
That's true.
That was for the bag. That was not for the culture. And the culture is worshiping him for getting the bag, but he just sold something that was for us back to them.
True.
Ace of Spades was for us, but you just sold it back to Moet and fucking Louis Vuitton. What sense do that make? Why is he getting exalted for taking what he built for our culture and giving it back to Whitey? Yep. Excuse my verbiage.
Jay-Z gonna kick your ass.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying. Jay-Z, please do not include me in your lawsuit. I was not privy to his statements prior to him saying it.
Hov ain't listening to this.
His representatives, please do not include me in your lawsuit.
Everybody be kissing Hov ass.
You can do tipping the scale at will. Please do not include Knicks. But I hear you.
Hov on blackball shit.
He is. But you're absolutely right. And so I don't know if you noticed or if you heard, Dwayne Wade is now majority owner for the Utah Jazz.
Majority?
Majority owner for the Utah Jazz.
Or minority?
No, majority. Majority for the Utah Jazz. And I think that is so fucking amazing. So fucking amazing. And I hope he does not sell that shit because we need him and we need more of him. They got too much money for them not to be owning these motherfucking teams. Mm-hmm. And there's too many of them. Ain't no reason why P. Diddy and Rick Ross ain't came together and Dr. Dre ain't came together and bought some shit. Why we don't have an MLB team? Why we don't have an NFL team?
Damn. You're right. Shit.
That is fucking amazing. So it's kind of like we have people who are in positions to put us in better situations, but they just don't. Yeah, I hear you. Y'all giving them money to the schools. We don't know what the fuck the schools are doing with that money. We know you giving them scholarships to go to certain schools and shit like that, going to these state schools. You know damn well that state school gonna send that kid off. Because that kid didn't went to state schools all their life. Send them to a school that you know damn well's gonna put them in a better position. And then follow up with them. Try to get them some jobs or something.
Right.
You got all these motherfucking companies and empires. Take these kids you done gave these scholarships to They give them entry level jobs. Help build their work experience. Something. Are they doing that? Y'all owning teams. You mean tell me you can't pull some people up like, hey, you could do this, you could do I don't know. They need to do something though. Ain't no way, and I think so I'm not really real religious. Well, I'm not really religious, but I think I am poor for a reason. Okay, wait.
Poor,
I'm not poor. What I'm saying is I'm not like Jay-Z and Dr. Dre rich.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Because why?
Because you're not living your purpose.
That's cool. But I think
She's not.
I think
she is not.
Why do you think I'm not living?
Because you are so much more talented than what you do for a living. What you do for a living is a great opportunity and a great job. But what you are talented at, we already know what you're talented at.
That's what she said.
You know what G, you do this shit so fast. Like, it's crazy. But
well,
yeah.
I appreciate that. And I know you are absolutely
You know what I'm
right.
talking about.
I do.
Yeah. You want me to say it?
No.
Okay.
I'll get there. I want
to say it. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
All right. Nix handles all our editing and like all the videos and all the little nice little banner you see. That's all Nix. And she does this off the fly. Like she learns it real quick and do it. I'm a little slow, so she handles that part. You know, it'll take me weeks to do that. She does it in days. And that is why I feel like you're real talented. I always felt like you would be somewhere in that realm, but you took your talents elsewhere.
So. Took my talents to South Beach.
Not South Beach.
But you're right. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna figure it out. But I feel some kind of way about people being in certain situations. Like, so when I went to Dominican Republic with my wife or whatever, we were trying to enjoy ourselves. And we were like the only black people there. Mm-hmm. We were also the only people that were actually tipping the black workers. So if I'm rich and I see motherfuckers out here struggling, I'm too generous. I'm what you need. You need your house paid off and pay off your house. Because if you live in an apartment, I'm gonna get you out of that apartment and buy you a house, as opposed to paying your rent for a year. I'm not doing that. Right. I'm gonna give you $30,000 put down on this house. Like, I don't know. That's just how I am.
Like, I'm like that too. Be rich. And I don't, like, even now, like, if I see, like, this is one guy, when I get off the E-way to go to work, I'm not going to say, I think he is homeless, but he always got the best energy. He's so happy, and he writes, like, these little messages on his cardboard box. I be thinking, like, I be thinking this on, like, some Bruce Almighty shit. Like, is this God or something? Because he's like, why are you so happy? In the cold, the heat, the rain, this dude is in the best of spirits. And I give him $20, $15, $10, $5, $6, because it's just like, bro, like, who are you and why are you in such great spirits? Like, I'm mad and I'm driving. You out here in the rain and you just ecstatic about life. And I gotta break bread. It's just like, that's me paying my tithes. I pay my tithes through, giving to people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But man,
that means we live in life wrong.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right.
That just made me sad.
He'd be so happy. And I'd be like, why is he? Like, I'm sitting here driving this car, I got a sunroof, I'm listening to satellite radio, and I'm upset about some dumb shit. And this guy's standing here in the freezing cold with this cardboard sign, giving people messages, and he's smiling and happy, and like, he take whatever, apples, oranges, water, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep, man. Speaking of us not living life right? Mm-hmm. What is... So, I'm not going to start it that way. Marriage is different in 2021 than it was in 1961, 1971. Right? So, I think marriages back in the day ain't had shit to do with happiness.
I think marriage back in the day was built on a foundation. It was built on having a child with a particular woman. Like, people back in the day was getting married at 16. Mm-hmm. They was getting married in their 20s. And our generation right now...
Shit, some of them went 14.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not with the mother of my children. And there's a lot of... That is the black community, the household, the black community. When I say household, I mean families. I mean the person that you had kids with. We broke up. Like, we had kids early. Society did not influence us to stay together, and we all broke apart. A lot of, like, I want to do a ratio of that, I don't know, but majority of baby mothers and baby fathers are not together. You know what I'm saying? And so now we are forced to go find somebody to cohabitate with outside of the norm. So we're trying to go father someone else's children, and they have to mother someone else's children, and it's just that's where the divide is, because we're not following the proper order in which they did back in the day. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
And so what we are failing is that black people, women, men, is that we don't want to work together. Women want the final product. They think that, oh, if he makes less than this, he's not worthy, he's not this. When in all actuality, the average black man in Chicago makes only $42,000. The average black man in the world makes 23.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is he working at McDonald's?
Bruh. So what we say, that's what I'm saying. And we have to break this stigma of thinking that 40-something odd thousand is not no money. If you manage that money right, it is. With your income as a woman, it is. And so we all need to get this 1960 mentality out of our mind and start thinking futuristically, because we're not driving 1960 cars. Everything has evolved past when grandma and grandpa was together.
A lot, totally different, especially our motherfucking bills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
$40,000 can't even cover my bills.
But what I'm saying is, women are in a time where they feel like, oh, I need to be taken care of. The man needs to pay for everything. In what realistic world can that happen? If that man is not a 7% guy, that means in the whole world, only 7% of men make between 100,000 and a million. So, are you talking about a 7% dude that can afford this? Are you even a 7% woman? Are you a 93% woman or are you a 7% woman? How does that look for you to be taken care of to that magnitude where you don't have to pay for nothing? That means you should be teaching the kids at home. They shouldn't go to school. You should be homeschooling. We need to be having 4 good meals a day. Great meals. I'm not talking about no bullshit. I'm talking about meals
4?
Off the yes. Because what are you doing?
4.
What are you, if you don't want to pay anything, what are you doing? That's what grandma used to do back in the day. When I stayed at grandma's crib I had 4 meals. I had a breakfast, lunch, a snack, some supper, and dinner.
Supper and dinner not the same.
No, they're not. So that's what I'm saying. And so women, they want to do these things, but they want to still go out and party. They want to still go work a job and go do hair when they get off. So if you're doing all this, how do you have time to take care of home? How are you giving this man, how are you improving this man's life to where he could say, you know what, I could pay for all this? Because eventually he's going to have to come home, he's going to have to cook, he's going to have to take care of the kids. But you just want to go make all your money. What you doing with it?
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership, but women not thinking like that.
Hey, but so
they're not thinking like that. They're thinking illogical. And then you got the gang posting bullshit on the internet. This nigga's worth $25 million. You are 3%, probably 1% of the whole world, nigga.
Yeah.
And then when you do that to women, you hamper them, because once you meet somebody else, you out of here. You gone.
I agree.
You just handicap this woman, and once you find something better, it's over with.
Yeah, I didn't agree with what he said. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like everybody is in that mindset right now. Everybody's in that mindset. And it is a fairy tale.
We need to work together.
And it's kind of like, people are like, oh, if this man can do X, Y, and Z for me, and you can't do it, we can't be together. Like,
and that's what women are dating for their friends now.
Absolutely.
They could date a nigga that work at the post office, but if he can't fit the aesthetic of Mimi, Kiki, and Riri boyfriends, the scammers, when they go to Miami and pop all them bottles and throw all them dollars at the stripper, she don't want to take the mailman with her.
Absolutely.
Even the mailman could be a good father.
I'm not taking the mailman either.
But
I'm just
you're a woman.
I'm just
he could have investments. He got money put up. He a great dude. Fuck the shit out of her. But if he don't match that aesthetic of her, the lifestyle that she thinks, she look right over him, not knowing that if Kiki and Ryu was in your position, they fucking with the mailman. And then people, they fall short with just the mind frame of not knowing that these people that are living these lives and posting their highlights, they have been with these people since the beginning when they were broke, sleeping on air mattresses.
Absolutely.
Y'all are only seeing the highs right now.
Yep. And they don't realize that.
They don't. And even the most successful marriages that I know, they both work and they both putting up numbers. I only know one good relationship where one person is just taking care of everything, and I'm not gonna go into that. But the majority of the relationships that I hear go astray is when a man is paying for everything, and for some odd reason that woman strays away because she doesn't have any freedom.
And that sense of independence.
That sense of women need that.
Mm-hmm.
We are in 2021. It's not 1961. Mm-hmm. Even though women say, I want to be taken care of, you don't want to be a 5%er. Women want to drink as much as niggas. They want as many tattoos as much as niggas. They smoke as big as just as the fat as my blunt is, a female blunt would be.
I don't want that.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Woman that wants
like it's like women. They what's your positive trait? Well, I'm independent, I'm strong, and I work hard. Nigga, you sound like me.
Sometimes I was just about to say that. So I
don't want that.
I just had that conversation with somebody.
No.
I said that I was like, you are too independent and you are too strong. I said the niggas you've been fucking with must have been really weak to the point where you felt like you had to beat them for you.
Right.
That's not a thing.
A lot of women like that, man.
That is not a thing. I mean, they've been dealing with it for so long. They almost make themselves believe that is who they really are. No, but sweetheart, you've just been doing that because you didn't have a choice. You've been dating the wrong niggas. That's all that is.
And that's what we need to be responsible. We need to understand the difference between real niggas, hood niggas, and street niggas, and which one do you want, and taking responsibility on which one you choose. And a lot of times women mistake street niggas for real niggas, and mistake hood niggas for street niggas, and mistake street niggas for hood niggas, and they get bamboozled. It's like a spider web. They all confused. Y'all know. We're gonna start our next
topic, our next
because
episode
they all
with
confused.
that.
They don't know which one is which.
Street niggas, hood niggas, and what?
You could be a real nigga and be
and
all
real
three.
Niggas.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we're gonna start our next podcast.
Yeah, we gotta break that down.
What am I? I don't know.
Will, you come off as a hood nigga.
Damn.
You come off as a hood nigga. I don't know your background. Like, you laughing like you could be a street guy. I don't know. I'm sorry.
What's the difference between
the difference between a street nigga and a hood nigga? A street nigga gets his money in the streets. He operates in the streets. A hood nigga is a nigga from around the way. He knows what's going on in the street, but he typically has a job. He got a family, and he stay out the way. But he know where to party at, and he know where to go
for certain shit.
I consider myself a hood nigga. I'm not a street nigga. I don't operate in the streets. I don't get money in the streets. That's not my thing. Never claim to be one, but I know some real street niggas.
What's a real nigga?
A real nigga could be a street nigga or a hood nigga. It could be both.
A real nigga.
That's a real nigga.
Myself.
Go ahead. Shut up, nigga. You are okay. I'll give you that. But a real nigga is just a stand-up person. You know what I'm saying? You can take care of a real nigga. You ain't got to be a street nigga or a hood nigga to be a real nigga. A real nigga is somebody that take care of their kids,
they family,
but
they understand that street
stay out the way,
shit
but understand all that. You know what I'm saying? But they decided to step back and you know what I'm saying.
So I'm a real nigga.
There you go.
I'm just a cute one. The fuck?
Yeah.
What's up, your
But see, a lot of people they think that you're not a real nigga unless you're a street nigga, and that's where a lot of females get
somebody said that to me before. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're not a real nigga unless you're a street nigga.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's fucked up. That's a fucked up mentality.
I know, because I'm a real nigga. I ain't never been a street nigga. So what tipped your scale this week?
What tipped my scale this week? Joe Biden. Joe Biden tipped my scale this week because of his comments after the situation with Dante Wright.
What do you say?
There's no reason for looting. Okay. And Kamala Harris didn't say a thing. What tipped my scale? Black people was what tipped my scale. We cry for these people to come out, but it ain't shit changed. And they ain't said shit. They ain't did shit.
I'm still glad.
And we need to, I don't care. And we need to just take responsibility. We need to do something for ourselves and stop relying on government to change shit because nothing has changed. And if you're really looking at statistics, a lot of things have gotten worse.
Well, I got something positive that tipped my scale. I don't know.
It can't be positive. It got to be negative.
It tipped my scale in a good way.
This is the toxic part of the show.
Well, you've had enough toxic moments for the both of us. And I don't know this man's name. He's a black man with a British accent. I should know his name because he's very popular, but I'm bad with names. Sorry. But he said that his issue with what's going on in the world right now with cops is they always say that they're good apples. And he's like, where are they? We can't find them.
Right. Because
every time they're on TV, something happens, we only see the bad. We only see the bad cops. So it was something happened good. Will, did you get my clip? Can you play it?
Buffalo police officer Cariel Horn is celebrating a major victory tonight. Judge Dennis Ward ruled that she is owed her full pension and more. Horn was fired after she intervened to stop another officer from using excessive force during an arrest in 2006. Judge Ward also ruled today that Horn is owed 2 years of back pay. In his decision, he wrote, "While the Eric Garners and George Floyds of the world never had a chance for a do-over, at least here the connection and correction can be done."
So that dope. You hear me? So that's it my scale in a very positive way.
There's a lot of good cops out here, though.
I know.
It is, but
All too well.
we just gotta do better, man. Y'all gotta do better, man.
Reach one, teach one. Cops need to understand that the people that they are arresting are people, or the people that they're
That's it.
stopping are people. You don't have to automatically be afraid. Like, it's not that
Your
deep.
gun should not be your first resolve.
There
Like,
should
reaching
be,
for that motherfucker should not be your first instinct. Unless you are threatened.
I agree.
But like I said, we're dealing with some coward police officers, and
We're all human.
I know.
We fucked up. Everybody experienced trauma. Sometimes that trauma comes out at the wrong time. But thank y'all for joining us this week. Tipping the scale. We see y'all next week.